The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sideline Summit podcast. I'm Antonio Perez, joined by my co-host, UPenn's finest, Danny Cole. We have another great episode for you guys today. We're going to be obviously going over the divisional round that just passed. You know, my Eagles moved on, and we're going to be obviously previewing conference championship Sunday. Just, you know, fun time in football. We're almost there. We're almost to the Super Bowl, and it's going to be great. I'm doing well today. Danny, how are you doing?
I mean, it's cloudy here in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
But
it's cold.
The Eagles have advanced on to the conference championship for the second time in 5 years.
Yep.
6 years. 5 years.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's exciting here in Philadelphia. But I'm gonna start up right off with my plummet. My plummet is the ticket prices for the games.
Brutal.
So
brutal.
over time, you'd think that the common fan can't get into a game. It's not okay. You have to. The only people that can get into the game are these rich people who have a lot of money to blow. That they really aren't true fans. So when half of Delco is back home, we're tailgating a lot during the game. That's the ticket setter pricer's fault. Not no one's dropping $2K to take a family of two to the Eagles game. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. It doesn't matter who's in there. I don't think the fake fans fill the stand because the link's going to be rocking regardless.
Yeah, it will.
You're going to have your Niners fans in there too. I know they not travel well, but they're everywhere. I don't think anyone's traveling across. I mean, there's going to be one or two who's traveling across the country.
They get yelled at, man. It's going to start early. It's starting early, 8 a.m. Sunday morning in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, just like they did last weekend. Bought tickets to the Wings game to go to the Eagles game so they could get us started at 8. I'm going to start with my summit, though. I sent you this yesterday. Kylian Mbappe had 5 goals for PSG the other day. And, I saw it 17 hours late. Because, my Twitter feed isn't mainly soccer. But, they're Mbappe has 5 goals. I'm something tells me that's not normal. And this kid is really, next level. He's been on one since he's been in here. Since the World Cup started, he's just been on a different level right now.
Yeah, it's really insane.
5 goals, dude. 5. Count them.
All right. Me personally, I'm gonna go with the summit. It's really the fact that Drake and 21 Savage went on tour together. Come on, man.
That's a banger.
It's not sports. Not sports related, but they go on tour together. It's going to be fire.
How much do you think those tickets going to be if they touch Wells Fargo?
At least 400. At least 400.
No, they get $400 out of my pocket. I'll tell you that. That's just me. I want to go with price. My plummet is Dak Prescott. I'm one of the few Eagles fans. I don't let rivalries stop me from enjoying. I like Saquon a lot. I like Terry McLaurin a lot.
Future Eagle.
And as you know, I'm a big Dak guy, and Dak just wet the bed. And it only made me feel better about the Eagles playing the Niners because, damn, if you just played a little bit better, if you just closed out one more drive, it's completely different.
Dak missed T.Y. on a wide open touchdown when he threw that ball where Warner recovered. He just making the wrong read every time.
Yeah. And the pressure will do that. But
I agree with that. The Cowboys have the 25th ranked O-line pass rush win rate. Pass block win rate, sorry. The Eagles have number 1. They're a lot better than the Cowboys in O-line. You know what's not going to happen? Sirianni's not going to let Hurts get pressured and make the wrong read. He's going to make it very simple and allow Hurts to just thrive in the game plan.
Exactly.
And Jalen Hurts, he thrives outside of on the broken plays. Hurts makes his money, but inside of the game plan, he's perfect. He is perfect.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little more about that Niners Eagles game because that's going to be absolutely amazing. but we can dive a little more into that Cowboys-Niners game where I believe you're correct. Dak's making the wrong reads. I think he's actually like overcomplicating things for himself. I think his weapons, they're okay. They're not.
I mean, bro, come on.
They're not what they
Hold
used
up.
to be. But
32-year-old T.Y. Hilton is the starting slot. The Cowboys need
T.Y. Hilton,
like
T.Y. Hilton has been very good for them.
he
Not
has been
like
very
good, but which is bad.
Okay.
Like why he's wide receiver too. So I get what you're saying, but like that's not really the.
Okay, here's what I'll say. He was on the free agent wire until like week 13. If he was that good, someone else would have picked him up.
I'm mainly talking about Zeke let this team down. Michael Gallup let this team down. And most of all, Jerry Jones let the team down by letting Amari Cooper go away.
Zeke's gone. Pollard's gone. Pollard's going to walk. He doesn't want to be in Dallas. If I'm a Cowboys player, I don't want to be in Dallas anymore.
Yeah, I don't really know, man. I mean, the quarterback play is just, you're forever going to be in the Vikings situation as it stands right now.
The kicker play is bad.
The kicker play is bad. Like the one that got blocked, that thing was, dude.
It was shanky.
That thing was going to section 120. That thing was going to the tunnel. That was horrible. I think their confidence was just like struck like insanely when they couldn't move the ball the first couple drives. And then, they start moving it, and then dumb penalties, man.
Everyone always says, like, oh, Mahomes, Allen can't beat the Chiefs and all that in the postseason, or Mahomes can't beat the Chiefs. Let's talk about Dak can't beat the Niners.
Yeah, lost 2 years in a row. How many I mean, there's not a lot of people who do beat the Niners, though. Not going to lie.
That's fair. But you know who did beat the Niners this year? Justin Fields and Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, they let some pretty crafty characters get a win over them. I'll admit that.
Two people who are mobile.
Yeah,
gave their defenses some hell.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe Jalen Hurts can add on to that. And another thing is, oh my God, the weapons are out. The weapons in the conference championship are going to be out. But moving back to Dallas's weapons, CeeDee Lamb, that's a top 10 receiver. Like I don't want to hear. Like, it's a little different with Josh Allen. I still think Josh Allen's supporting cast isn't his run game's bad, while Dax is very good. And, like, no, Lamb isn't Diggs, but, like, Dak isn't good enough to get that excuse. He's not playing well himself to get that excuse.
Someone tweeted, Zeke Elliott turns a 20-yard hole into a 4-yard game.
Seriously, like
it's bad.
He doesn't got that burst anymore that Pollard has, but Jerry Jones, wants to keep the guys he paid, and now Pollard's gonna walk. Someone's gonna maybe pay him big money, maybe not. I don't know. Dak that's like it's not a double standard to say, oh, someone doesn't have enough help and then someone's not playing well. Josh Allen plays well enough to do that, but. Obviously, his run game's not as strong as Zeke, and it's a bunch of other factors. But yeah, Dak kind of Dak went to bed, and I hate it. Breaks me to say that, but yeah. And as for the Niners offense, I mean, they didn't look pretty either. They didn't look pretty. Purdy's probably realest matchup yet.
All right, come on.
Stood his ground.
Stood his ground. 3 of 11 under pressure.
He didn't turn the ball over. Did he?
He didn't, but there was like multiple. I think there was 2 or 3 dropped interceptions.
Look, I'm no Purdy apologist like whatsoever.
He did his job.
He stood his ground. He did his job like he's been doing all year. He's doing his job. That doesn't mean I don't think he should start over Lance next year.
Okay, so many people are crazy. They're like, oh, Purdy's this amazing quarterback. Brock Purdy is like a glorified Mac Jones.
Yeah, at this moment, yeah, he's like that tier quarterback. And honestly, maybe even less. Mac Jones, if he were in this Niners offense, is probably a Pro Bowler.
Want to hear something crazy? If you put Justin Fields, hyper-athletic Justin Fields, in this Niners offense and let him just hand the ball off to McCaffrey and run read option and pull and make plays, the Niners might be the favorite to win the Super Bowl.
See, that's the thing. They had that with Lance, who Lance is also a pretty good athlete, and they ended up getting him hurt because they ran him up the middle for some awkward reason. But yeah, Niners look good. Well, no, they didn't look good. Purdy looked serviceable. But I think that leads them to failure against the Eagles. You can't look serviceable. Like you struggled against the Cowboys defense, which Gardner Minshew gave them 34.
Well, I was going to say that. Gardner Minshew could step in this Niners team and lead them to the playoffs.
Maybe. I think Minshew had one really okay game and then one bad game. It's hard to tell who you could really throw in this offense, but Purdy's really poised and he has a good throw on the run. Has a not good pocket presence, but good escapability.
Yep.
But yeah, we could go to the other NFC divisional.
Yeah, we'll go to
matchup,
Eagles Giants in South Philadelphia. It was a beatdown.
We don't really gotta spend too much time on that. What we said would how the Eagles could win. They can win any way they want. They won with every way possible, pressuring the quarterback, getting turnovers. Hurts' deep ball and short ball accuracy was amazing. The run game was phenomenal. Gainwell
They
and
did
Sanders,
exactly what we said,
yards.
though.
Exactly.
We said they're going to put the pressure on in the second quarter and just take it off the throttle and start running the ball a little bit.
I mean, yeah, they had foot on the throat from the beginning. Like, first play is 40 yards downfield, Devontae Smith. Next play, bang bang, and then they're in the end zone. Like, it's
you're like, wow,
yeah.
how?
Yeah. So not much to really say there from me and Danny. The Giants got throttled. We know they would get throttled. If you thought anything else, you were absolutely delusional.
Interesting stat. Jalen Hurts in games that he started this season, 6-0 against playoff teams.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. It's that simple. We can move on to Jags Chiefs because I just got a notification. Patrick Mahomes is practicing today. Andy Reid said everyone will be practicing today. So
Chiefs fans are mad about it. They're like, why is the video out there going that he's practicing? They're like, they're going to be able to game plan. Do you think they're not game planning for him already?
Do you think there's not 4 seasons of film on Patrick Mahomes being the absolute best quarterback we've ever seen? Look, there's no
They're
game
scratching
plan.
their head. They're scratching their head saying, how to stop him?
Exactly. There's no game plan for this dude, so it doesn't matter. But as for the Jags Chiefs game, I don't know what to say, Jax. I mean, Henny came in and nearly threw an interception. Jackson didn't take advantage of it. I mean, and just those one or I think you have 2 drives or 1 drive? I can't remember, but you had a chance, and kind of gave it away. They would have chance in the red zone. You fumbled away the red zone.
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars. What happened?
Yeah, Jaguars. But yeah, I mean, what an incredible year from the Jaguars. Anyway, I mean, really, when you want to talk about getting hot. These dudes got hot. It had people thinking, can they take down Mahomes? I'm proud.
They were on the brink of it.
And he's definitely my coach of the year. I mean, I think the talent on the team is a little better than what a lot of people think. It's like, oh, he flipped this roster around entirely. It's not really true. They brought in a lot of key free agents. But Lawrence has cemented, so he's a top 10 quarterback by most people's charts.
Okay, what really most impresses me, he made Evan Ingram a borderline top 5 tight end in the NFL.
Yeah, he looks really good. I mean, I think Ingram's a top 10 tight end. He's always had the athletic ability and the ability to get open. He just couldn't catch the ball. But I mean, now
he's top really 10 right now.
Catching the ball. Yeah,
he's most certainly top 10. There's another guy that I don't know if he's still top 10, but he's still great. Zach Ertz, former Eagle.
I don't think he's top 10, but no, he's definitely not top 10. No, I don't think so.
He can still ball out.
His last couple of years in Philly were shaky to say the least. But
yeah. Moving on to the other side, the Snow Bowl up in Buffalo. The Josh Allen goes home in the divisional round once again.
Yeah, I think people overlook this Bengals team a little bit. They just are a little more filled out than everyone else in the AFC.
I did.
You had the Steelers beating them twice, so no, you didn't. But
no, I said I overlooked the Bengals.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, my apologies then. But I mean, this roster is very filled out. I will not let this slide though. The Ravens would be back to back AFC North champs if Lamar Jackson didn't get hurt the last 2 years. That's just the facts.
It's starting to raise a question though. Is Lamar sustainable?
he is sustainable. I think he is sustainable because I'm going to be honest with you. I think he would have played this weekend if he got paid. But if he's not
He
getting
did.
paid, he's not going out there doing that for a team who doesn't trust him.
He's
And they
not. I
might
think
have
he's
beat the
gone,
Bengals
bro.
if he was out there.
I,
If he's
I think
gone,
they're
he's gone. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I
They're
just think
firing Greg Romans to try to get Lamar out of there, and they're trying to get Lamar to stay by firing Romans. I think Lamar is gone. I think he has better chances
I
signing
think
with
that
Atlanta.
system played better to tight ends, running backs, and the quarterback. It made it easy on the quarterback. Let the quarterback do his thing, which Lamar did. Now, obviously, it looks on the surface he has no help, but with the way the system lines up, they didn't sign big receivers or anything, but which they still should have because
Man, you know what I
Lamar
want to
made
see
that.
happen? Lamar to the Colts.
I don't. Why? No, no, no.
I'm kidding.
I can think
The
of
real
like
person,
3 better situations than that.
I would actually love to see the Colts trade up and draft Bryce Young. That's what I really
I
want to
don't.
see happen.
Not sure. They might just sit back, take Levis or something. It's hard to say. I'd rather see these quarterbacks at the combine, see their measurements. I'm not like the biggest advocate for throwing in t-shirts and shorts, but you can get a lot of measurements on them. I mean, Will Levis didn't have the best stats this year, but looping back around, we're getting off topic. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow got the best of them this round statistically. Now, a point I want to make is that just because a quarterback beats another quarterback does not mean he's better than that quarterback. They play each other's defenses. They do not play each other. Because I promise you right now,
Yo, we're
if
not
both of
experiencing
them,
tennis. We're not experiencing tennis. We're not golfing.
yeah, like
It's
if they were at the
football.
QB competition, that thing where you gotta like throw with like not the accuracy one, the one back then like Brett Favre did, who can throw the ball the farthest? Josh Allen would crush him in that. In the accuracy game, Josh Allen would probably crush him in that, at least on the difficult throws. Like Burrow's insanely accurate. Um, and he does have an argument for QB2, but like this isn't me
Yo,
saying that Allen's better or Burrow's better. I'm saying please stop using head-to-head matchups
but
as
you know what it's gonna come down to? Burrow gets the ball out in about a quarter of a second.
yeah, yeah.
Allen is asked to run around, make a superhuman throw, and then hopefully his receiver makes a play.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. But I'm not gonna like even like putting weapons to the side. Like I like to just talk about their traits and like I'm gonna want to be more trait based instead of just looking like oh weapons this and that. Like we're talking like straight traits. Nothing's changed for me. It's still Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, Burrow, but Burrow. It's just the mental traits to get the ball out faster. He has good escapability without trying to play hero ball. He even admits to himself, "Oh, third down, I'm gonna do whatever I can. If I take the sack, oh well, I'm not gonna like make turnover worthy plays." And that's some areas where Burrow has Allen beat. It's just look, make the arguments off traits and mental ability and like their actual game instead of like how they stack up because like how they face each other because Joe Burrow would already be the best in the league. He beat Mahomes 3 times.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense, does it? No.
no, it doesn't.
He's the best defense of all the elite quarterbacks by far. And I don't know. It was still a very good game from him, though. He delivered. Absolutely. Joe Burrow's once again heading
Joe
to.
Burr, Shiesty, Joe Burr.
Yeah, that was a
He came
very
right
good
into it.
tongue roll. But we can get into that Chiefs Bengals matchup. All across the board this championship Sunday, the stars are going to be out. We got AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. You got Debo, Kittle, CMC. You got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon had a really good game. Tyler Boyd, you got Hayden Hurst. And then you got
T.
Goddard.
Higgins, you are a Patriot.
T. Higgins, you are future Eagle, I fear. Just like every other receiver in the league. But
Future Patriot, though. Future
then
Giant, T. Higgins.
and then who are the star weapons out in Kansas City?
Juju.
It's Travis Kelce. It's Travis Kelce.
Star
That's
of the
it.
New
And
Heights
that,
podcast.
now think about this. Of those weapons, how many of them are like better than Travis Kelce? I would say Jamar
None.
Chase is. I would say Jamar
None.
Chase is.
None.
We literally talked about this the other day, and you said he was worse than Chase and Brown. So
I know.
don't try to say something corny
I'm
for the
kidding.
camera now. Brown and Chase are better. But outside of that, I mean, Kelsey's probably the third best weapon left in the playoffs offensively.
Bro had 14 catches.
Yeah, on like 20 targets. Yeah. for the Chiefs to win this game, they're obviously gonna have to rely a lot on maybe Juju having a good game against Eli Apple.
He cooks them Bengals.
That's questionable.
Juju cooked the Bengals during his career in Pittsburgh. Come on.
His career in Pittsburgh off drag routes and hiding behind AB's shadow, but oh no, we'll see. But I think Kelsey's obviously going to be the main man here. Peg leg Mahomes is going to have to make something happen, and Isaiah Pacheco is going to have to carry the ball very, very well.
Mahomes gonna walk around on his third leg. He's gonna get it done.
Don't say that. There's kids watching this. There's kids.
There might be. They don't know what
but,
third leg is.
Well, I think kids can make references. And then as for the Bengals, key to victory, whatever they want. Honestly, I mean, just don't run Chris Jones' direction, and you'll be okay.
So, my one thing I'll tell you is this: Mahomes, they're gonna run this too high shell that they ran against Mahomes last year. I think Mahomes has been waiting to see it again.
I mean, he's been sensational against it this year because he doesn't have a vertical threat this year. Because McCole Hartman's been out relatively the whole year. Juju isn't a vertical threat. And he's kind of just been working Travis Kelce underneath. And that's the difference that I say every single week between Mahomes and everyone else. He's a gunslinger who's efficient. Doesn't turn the ball over that much. And he doesn't try to play hero ball too much. He just does it on accident because he's just that good. Yeah, I do think they'll probably throw him the too high look, like you said. I am taking the Chiefs to win this, though. Mahomes is due for a win against the Bengals. It doesn't line up correctly. Like the Bengals have the better run game. They have better receivers. They have the better defense. But they have Chris Jones and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. So
people don't want to hear
those three game changers.
The Chiefs D-line has been getting active. The Chiefs corners have been playing phenomenally. McDuffie, Jalen Watson.
Don't sleep on L'Jarius
Sneed. They got two balling safeties. That's Thornhill. They got Justin Reed.
Man. Yeah, that interception was filthy. One-hander.
People were saying the Chiefs are due to have a recession. No, they're not going to be a bad team if Big Red is there.
Big Red and Mahomes, one of the best offensive minds ever and the best quarterback ever. Are together, and it's going to be okay. But sliding over to the other side, the NFC, Niners,
South
Eagles.
Philadelphia, Sunday morning is going to be rocking.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun game, but I think the Niners didn't impress me enough to really show doubt in the Eagles. I still think the Eagles will be able to do everything they want because the Cowboys with Pollard were running, and then when Pollard got out, they couldn't run. So
I'm gonna tell you what I said last Sunday. I took Eagles minus 28 last Sunday. I told people that. I told them to do it, and they didn't believe me. I've lost again. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off. And I said take Eagles minus 28. That cashed. I'm saying take Eagles minus 10. I think they get it done 27-17 in Philadelphia.
I think they could put up a little more than that because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not really impressed. First of all, I'm definitely not impressed with the Niners' pass defense. They got bailed out by a lot of Dak bad decisions. They were able to drive. They couldn't cap off their drives. Run game-wise, they were running with Pollard before he got hurt. So with Miles Gainwell and Boston Scott, they will be able to run on these dudes. As for pressure on the quarterback, Nick Bosa has never rushed against anyone like Lane Johnson. And you can go to that other side of Mailata. But Mailata is paired up with a Pro Bowl alternate. I think I might have it mixed up. I'm trying to think what side Suamalu plays on, and then Dickerson plays on
the right?
Pretty sure Dickerson's to the right. And then, of course, you have the best center in the league, just straight up. So,
wouldn't it be funny if the Eagles won 15-10?
Why's that?
It'd be a reverse of the year they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, are you talking to the divisional round?
Yeah.
I doubt that'll happen. I doubt the Eagles get held to 15 points, but
I know, but it would be pretty ironic, right?
And then again, on the other end, where people are like, "Oh, they're not going to be able to pressure Daniel Jones because he has a they don't blitz enough. I'm like, dude, they're gonna get back there and they're gonna get to Purdy. And
They
like you said
lead the
earlier,
league in sacks. Hold up.
exactly.
They're
Like it doesn't
second
matter. It doesn't matter.
ever in a season of sacks. How
And
do you say that?
even if it isn't direct pressure, they're coverage sacks because there's the best corner duo on the planet in the secondary. And then you have CJ Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship. That's a pretty good safety tandem, if you ask me.
If
And then you got
Avonte Maddox plays this week,
X.
it's over. It's over. If Avonte plays this week, over.
Yeah, it is. But it's hard because like this isn't like Isaiah Hodgins and Richie James. It's Debo Samuel. It's Brandon Ayuk. It's George Kittle.
What
So
scares me the
I
most
hope
is the
places.
Eagles. I don't know if the Eagles have an answer for Kittle.
We CJ Garner Johnson. I mean, that's really all we can really do. I don't think anyone really has an answer for Kittle unless you bank on Kyle Shanahan just making him block the whole game. I think we have an answer for Debo as a receiver at least. If he's in the backfield, he's getting the ball. That's the answer. But as a receiver, we have two of the best corners in the game.
If I'm Jonathan Gannon, what I'm doing, I'm making Brock Purdy throw against the best.
That's the game plan. I think that's been the plan the whole time because I mean, like you said earlier, he's 3 for 11 against the pressure. Yeah, I just got the Eagles. Like maybe something like you said. Maybe I'll go like 31-20, 31-21, maybe something like that.
Man, do not give Niners fans some PTSD. 31-20 is a bad score for the Niners.
Oh, at the Super Bowl loss to Mahomes?
That's a bad score for the Niners fans.
Well, I think we both. Oh, well, I'm going Eagles Chiefs Bowl. So what are you going with?
I'm going Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl, man. I want the New Heights podcast happening out in Arizona.
In person. It's going to be a banger.
Super Bowl Media Week. It's going to be crazy, man.
Yeah.
All the heads are out there.
With the little bit of time we have left, I wanted to talk about some award stuff. So AP finalists for all the NFL awards came out today. I have 2 snubs personally. I'm just going to list my reasoning for why. Brandon Graham, I think me and Danny both agree. 11 sacks, 34-year-old coming off the Achilles, was snubbed for Geno Smith. The Comeback Player of the Year award is someone who comes off injury. It's not someone who was just not good the year before, and because he played last year, he played a couple games. Like just coming off the bench, like could you imagine if they gave Aaron Rodgers Comeback Player of the Year his first year after Favre left? Like that doesn't make sense, does it? And then my other one is Chris Olave. Chris Olave was like into the top 15 for like every receiver's category, and he got snubbed for Brock Purdy, who played like 6 regular season games.
Yo,
That's
honestly,
unreal.
if you want to use that logic, Juju Smith-Schuster's a candidate for Comeback Player of the Year.
Did Juju play last year? Or
he played very bad.
Yeah, so like maybe like is Juju a candidate? No, doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying?
I think the story is he's a lifetime backup, and he started for the Jets though. He started for the Jets.
Dude, I don't care. He was drafted. He was going to be drafted in the first round. The Jets was like, he's not good enough. We'll get him in the second. Got him in the second. Didn't have to pay him as much. No 5th-year option.
You know who they could have gotten though instead of Geno?
You're about to say some bizarre name.
No, so
in a while.
I don't know. It's Travis Kelce. The Jets said they wanted to take Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's his pent-up aggression with Geno Smith. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Purdy being a finalist over Olave.
Oh, come on, man. I'd rather put Breece Hall there than Purdy.
Yeah, like Purdy, man. Come on. Like the NFL loves their money, but they're so
I get putting Shanahan. Putting Shanahan at Coach of the Year is fine with me. But putting Purdy as Rookie of the Year, it says like you think that this man's changed the culture.
Yeah, like I dare the 49ers go into next year with Brock Purdy as quarterback 1. I promise you it's going to get bad because the Cowboys have already laid down the blueprint a little bit how to beat him. You just got to pressure him because he has no pocket presence and he can't make the big time throws while trying to escape. So, what do you think the Eagles are going to do when their record 70 sacks?
There's a play against the Cowboys last week where Purdy was out of the pocket. Parsons is pressuring him, and he turned around and ran 10 yards backwards. and threw
Yeah,
the ball out of
you
bounds.
could have, and he could have easily stepped up. I know what play you're talking about. No, let's get serious. Like, I seen somebody say, "Oh, Purdy is above Jalen Hurts of quarterbacks left." Shut the hell up. That's not true. Look, I'm sounding like a real hater right now, and yes, I am, because I'm
I'm
look.
done with the
We
disrespect for Jalen
we
Hurts,
got it.
man. Like,
Yeah. All right. Well, Jalen Hurts is going to
we're
get
past that. We're past
disrespected.
that, man.
I'm kind of numb to it. But what did Brock Purdy do to get his flowers? I don't understand. I need to know. I need y'all to drop 2004 Big Ben into today's social media. Y'all would be calling him the GOAT. That kid did not lose into the AFC title game against Tom Brady. That kid, you know, Big Ben. He got dropped in. Maddox got hurt. Let's throw in Big Ben. Won 13 straight games?
13-0
ESPN,
his rookie
NFL
year.
would be having an orgasm over this. And the difference is Big Ben was like actually really good. Yes, he had Hines Ward and he had the steel curtain behind him, which is, I guess, a little similar to Purdy's situation, except Big Ben got to it took the GOAT beating him by one possession.
Big
And
Ben played 13 games his rookie year, 2,600 yards, 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
Is that
he
absolutely gorgeous? No, but he carried the whole stretch.
It's not gorgeous, but guess what?
And then in year 2, he won the Super Bowl.
Yep, year 2 he came in and then won it.
Yeah, and he made the crazy. I think I might be. No. That year he made the craziest tackle like ever, the shoestring tackle after the bus fumbled. Yeah. So anyway, Purdy is about to get so exposed this week. It's not even funny. The Eagles are going to get ridiculous pressure. His receiver is going to be under the most duress they had all year, and I can't wait because Eagles Chiefs are going to be in the Super Bowl. It's going to be fun.
If you can bet, throw like $10 on Eagles getting 4 or more sacks. I guarantee he'll pay you out some profit.
Oh, take it up to 6 because after they get down, you can't run the ball. You got to throw it. And then you got to throw at one of the best corners in the league. And you got to throw against all-pro James Bradbury. And then you got to throw to C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who missed 5 games and still led the league in interceptions. It's going to get bad. My only concern, who the hell is going to guard CMC out of the backfield? TJ's got this. That's what I think. TJ's got this. Probably not.
You know who had a great – last time they played in the Niners, you know what a great game? Quez Watkins.
Not really. And I know what you're thinking. He had that like 98-yard reception. He really didn't do anything else besides that.
I know. But
I mean, I could look up the game log, but I don't remember him doing anything.
That constitutes a good game.
This time, though, that's going to become a touchdown. Trust. We actually ended up with 0 points on that possession, but
I know Niners fans are going crazy on Twitter threads.
Yeah, I know they're like, oh, well, they didn't score. I'm like, oh, well, the play's still happening, buddy. Relax. But anyway,
guess what? I'm telling you this right now. I was watching the Celtics game last night. They lost. It's okay. Someone tweeted at halftime. They're showing tweets. It said, "Put Jason Tatum out there with 4 other players from Celtics Twitter, and they're getting it done." How you feel?
No, because he couldn't get it done with Peyton Pritchard, who's probably the best third-string point guard in the league. You're going to get it done. Like, look, the Celtics were really banged up, but Tatum made a bonehead play down the stretch. And down the stretch, he refused to, like, get the ball. Like, he wasn't even making moves to get the ball. Like, maybe I'm a little harder on him because, like, that's my favorite player. I watch him play all the time. But, yeah, he wet the bed last night. You can't do that. I don't care. Y'all were up 10 with 4 minutes to go. You choked it bad. And that horrible interception, essentially, by Tyler Hero. Where were you throwing it? You had Derek White wide open next to you. I know you were trying to chuck it to Peyton Pritchard in the corner. Why? Like, you were doubled. So at that point, yes, you passed. You made the wrong pass. And Tatum's going to learn from it. But
one last thing before we go. Make your pick first touchdown each of the games. I'm going with the tight ends hitting again.
Oh, it's a must. It's a must. Hayden, I'll probably go. Yeah, we'll go Kelsey, Goddard, and then I'll go all 4. I'll go all 4 tight ends for anytime scores.
Man, you know what I might do? I might go Jamar and AJ Brown first touchdowns of the weekend.
Yeah, AJ's due, man. He seemed a little pissed last week because he got hurt. And Sirianni was like, just relax. that was actually gonna be my anytime this week for Instagram. I was gonna go AJ Brown. I actually wanted to do two. I wanted to do one like I guess we can't really do spread and money line for each game, but
Yeah. Well, okay. What I'll tell you is this.
we'll
Ready?
do this. We'll do this. We'll do two anytime scores each this week. How's that sound?
There's a
You
yeah,
down?
of course.
I'm down.
There's a
'Cause I need AJ.
there's a guy, Denominate Lenore, whoever picked off Dak Prescott. He is not guarding AJ Brown or Devonta Smith.
No shot. But yeah, before we get on out of here, guys, thank you for tuning in. Keep showing love, liking, downloading, following us on Instagram and Twitter. Right up there, if y'all can see it at the top. And if you're listening to this, it's just Twitter, Instagram at Sideline Summit, TikTok at Sideline Summit. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you guys have a great day and have a fun weekend watching some football.